Hi. Oh, nice to meet you.
Oh, wow.
You got a big one. It won't go up there. Well, welcome aboard. Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you for that. The other one, but it should be up, shouldn't it? Okay. Okay, thanks, hon.
Hey, come here.
Hey, you changed your suit.
Yeah, no. No, same suit. Different look. Hey, Rick.
Hey, Kenny.
I seen about Dave's wife on Dixon. Yeah.
Another one.
Yes.
There he is. Mr. Peter.
Jimmy making it? Reed. Gonna call him?
He has COVID, so I think he's supposed to be there calling.
Yeah, yeah. His whole family. Really? Yeah. That's why he wasn't here the other night.
Crazy.
You're gonna miss me.
Bill, you.
I am.
Yeah.
You gonna come visit me?
I am.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay.
Real tear.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Very good.
Is Jim going to call in?
Jim's gonna call in, yeah.
You see that,
Oh,
right?
Jim's not here.
Dustin, do we have him calling in or Zoom? Calling in?
Yeah.
Just phone.
Just for your edification, Councilman Jim Ettinger was tested positive for COVID, so he won't be here this evening. He's doing fine, but he will be calling in so he'll be sworn in today, and but he'll actually sign the affidavit tomorrow. And Mr. Shear should be here shortly before we start because he's the one who ruled that we could swear him in this evening. It's 3 minutes to get here. He's usually not on. He's usually not on. He's usually on time.
Yeah. No.
No, Martin Lewis.
It is.
He can call
He's
in.
on the
Yes.
phone.
Well, he could. Does he want us to call him or what?
Probably be best.
I'm gonna do it or tell him.
Yeah, just
I do too.
here's Joel.
Oh.
Here's Joel. We can call him.
Line.
Oh, there's Mr. Shear. Attorney Shear.
You would think it's cold outside.
It ain't a goose down tonight. It's nice out.
David.
Oh, David.
David.
Your call cannot be completed at this time.
Didn't sound like Jim.
Your call cannot be completed at this time.
Did you have a good Christmas?
I did. How are you? How about yours?
Very nice. It was quiet,
Me
but
too.
it was good.
Me too.
It really was enjoyable.
No
This year.
drama.
No, you're right.
No drama. It's always a good thing.
You know, you're not ever tired because you're trying to get a thing ready for everybody, and it was good.
Stay home.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, Jim. Can you hear us?
I can.
Okay, we're going to call this meeting to order. Tonight we'll have the guest pastor, Pastor Sue Ruggles of St. John's Lutheran Church downtown. She's going to give our invocation. Please rise for the invocation, followed by the pledge of the flag.
Let us pray. We pray to the one we call God. Thank you for your amazing power and your work in our lives. Thank you for your goodness and for your blessings over us. Thank you that you are able to bring hope, though even the toughest of times, strengthening us for your purposes. We ask your special blessing on those who are here to serve the community through their work in the city. Give them minds to work together and to always keep the needs of the community first, putting aside their own agendas and their own plans. Grant them listening ears and open minds for the betterment of this community and the community at large. Renew our spirits, fill us with your peace and joy. In your holy name, amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
to the United States of America and
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Brown?
Here.
Mr. Ettinger?
Here.
Mr. Milan?
Here.
Mr. O'Connell?
Here.
Dr. Ruggles?
Here.
Mrs. Volcano?
here.
And Mayor Pinto?
Here. At this time, we'll have the approval of the agenda
Move.
for the year-end meeting.
Move to
Moved
approve.
Second.
and seconded. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Ettinger?
Aye.
Mr. Milan?
Hi.
Mr. O'Connell?
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
Mrs. Volcano?
Aye.
Mayor Pinto?
Aye.
And Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Action on our minutes of our December 21st meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any additions, deletions, or corrections? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Milan?
Hi.
Mr. O'Connell?
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
Mrs. Volcano?
Aye.
Mayor Pinto?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Ettinger?
At our next item on the year-end closing agenda is a gift for outgoing council member Sandra Volcano. I just want to say a few words, and then I'll give council members an opportunity to say a few words. This is a bittersweet night. We bring on some good new blood, and yet we see some old, experienced blood leaving. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Sandra Volcano for her years of service to the city. Sandy, you could take a lot of satisfaction in the part you played in our city's renaissance over the last 20 years. Your leadership was not only exemplary on this council, but also as a valued member of the board of the Greater Easton Development Partnership, the Vacant Property Review Board, the Community Action Committee of Lehigh Valley, and others. We have known each other since childhood in our days at St. Mary's Youth Organization. I wish you the best. May your travels be many, but always safe. I know your husband and my friend Pat is looking down with a smile. I'd like to present this pewter plate to Mrs. Volcano. Start with Peter.
Thank you,
Councilmember
Mayor.
Lon?
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're going to skip over here for now.
Thank you, Mayor.
So when I first got elected, she was my first phone call to figure out what to do and how to do it. Because there's no lesson plans on how to become a council person, so I called Sandy up. And it was eye opening. And she taught me a lot of things. And I actually remember Pat was with her, and he kind of taught me some of the things I know today. So I personally, from my perspective, I'm going to miss her. We like having our sidebar conversations that I think everyone can hear, which are supposed to be more secretive, but they're not. But it's been a pleasure serving with you for the past 6 years, and I look forward to seeing you after you're done here today, but not losing contact. So good luck. Enjoy your grandchildren and your pool, and I look forward to talking to you then.
Thank you, Peter, and please remember to come visit.
I will.
Dr. Ruggles?
Well, Sandy, I really want to thank you for all of your service to the city. It's been an enormous amount, and you are one of the few, I guess Ken also, but you're one of the few that date back prior to the charter.
Yes.
So I mean, you had council experience before we have our current form of the council, and I will miss you here, and I always enjoyed talking with you and your mom. You know, and I think that your contribution to the city has been an enormous thing, and I thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Roger. It's been a pleasure serving with you.
Thank you. Councilman O'Connell?
Sandy, there isn't a whole lot I can add to what's even already been said, but you certainly come from one of Easton's first families. You encouraged me to run. You've been a real friend, a real advisor to me. I really appreciate all the time you've spent, really trying to help me be a good council person. I really do appreciate it. As Roger just said, your service to the city has been absolutely invaluable. You're really going to be sorely missed, and just thanks a lot for being a great friend. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, David. You can call me anytime you'd like.
Okay.
Councilman Ettinger, you're on, we see your picture on the TV screen and you're on Zoom.
Yes, I am. Thank you, Mayor. Sandy, it's tough to see you go. I can honestly say 30-some years ago when I moved into the city, I didn't know anybody. And you and Pat kind of took me under your wing. You taught me more than I can express here. Not just about politics, but how to be a person, a good person, which you are. And I'm proud to call you my friend. And I hope that you spend this free time that you get now to spoil those beautiful grandchildren of yours. And I'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Ettinger.
Thank you, Jim. Feel well.
Yeah, get
Feel
better.
better.
Councilmember Brown?
Thank you, Mayor. Well, Sandra, here we are. Our public service together has been a parallel adventure, from school board to community boards to city council. One thing I'm very proud of as sitting as a school board director was we took the school district from building to putting class books in the classroom. The thing that I admire you by, you was always forthcoming and honest about what your thoughts were. No hesitation about that.
Sometimes too honest.
This free time you have is really not free. There's always something in the city that we can utilize talents. And thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for serving and being a public servant. We all know it's not an easy task, but it's a calling. And we thank you for that service. And I'm only a half a block away, so I shall see you quite often.
Yes, Ken.
All right.
My house is always open for notary
Well,
and coffee and whatever else is available at the time. Mayor,
Just want to say, in closing, before we wrap up the elected officials report and responses and get to Mrs. Volcano's comments, I just want to add to my comments that you were very active on our boards, not just on council, and that was really important. You represented the city well at GEDP meetings, CACLV meetings. I mean, Miss Washington has already come to my office begging for somebody from the city that's going to attend the meeting. So we're looking to appoint Mr. Kingsley, I think. That's who she'd like to see. So I just want to say that, I know tonight I'll have the honor of appointing you and with the council approval to the Redevelopment Authority Board. So you'll still be at least active in the city on one of our authorities, boards, and commissions. And that is so important because that is the real work of the city is done. As some people think that council makes the decision on all these developments and this mayor, and that's not true. In the townships, that happens the last meeting of every month, but here we don't. We have a position to appoint certain people, but the approval of the projects goes to the planning commission and the zoning board. So, and I see your daughter's here; she's on the zoning board, and Ryan and the two kids are here, and she tells me she's 17. Right? You're 17. Oh, 7. I thought you said 17. But my point is that we've been friends a long time, and the good news about friendship is it lasts a lifetime. So I just want to say thank you and open the floor to you.
Thank you. Guess it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to thank the voters of the city for their continued support and trust they placed in me for the last 20 years to serve them, sometimes making the hard decisions that may not have always been popular ones. Thank you to the city staff for always being professional, courteous, and helpful to me and the residents they are employed to work for. The good work, ethic, and the vision for the future for our city, no matter how long it may take to accomplish, please keep the vision. We all know that government does not always move as quickly as we would like. A special thank you to my fellow councilmen and women over the years for expressing their views. They may not have been mine, but you never forgot when you left the dais and council chambers that we all respected each person's opinions and votes, and we were working toward goals for the betterment of this city. Lastly, to my family, for understanding and scheduling events around council meetings and public appearances so I could do the job that I was elected to do. I'm grateful for being given the opportunity to assist in bringing Easton back to the vibrant city it once was when I grew up here. The knowledge I gained from each department is amazing. I learned that teamwork is key to achieving success. Thank you to all for enriching my life with so many good memories and friendships. I will continue to express my opinions and offer my suggestions when I feel it pertinent. As long as my health allows, I will try to serve in other areas throughout the city to continue the pride and love I embrace as a resident of the city of Easton. I look forward to enjoying the many city activities and patronizing Easton's many businesses in our safe city. Thank you to all of you. It's been a pleasure. It's been a wonderful ride. Thank you to all of you that came out this evening. I'd certainly appreciate it, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying at 531 Philadelphia Road. My office is open for notary whenever you need me. The pool is there if you'd like to come and take a dip or maybe have a cocktail. As long as it's not on city time. But I do appreciate all of you, and I want to thank you because it's been a real pleasure. And I'll tell you what, some of these tears that are coming down there are tears of joy because I am looking so forward to being and spending so much more time and not having to worry to come down here 4 times a month for meetings and the different activities that we were all expected to attend. But I will miss doing that, but I will still be here because I hope to maybe help and volunteer down in Main Street because Main Street has been a passion of mine for so many years, and I'm so happy that I was here to see it be to where it is today. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilman Volcano. At this time, we have public comment on agenda items only. If anybody from the public would like to speak, your 5 minutes, we just ask for your name and address. Podium is yours. Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. There is none. There's no reports to receive by council this evening. There's no correspondence, no unfinished business. Madam Clerk, we'll go right into new business.
Okay. I have a resolution being introduced by Mayor Pinto, appointing Mrs. Volcano to the Redevelopment Authority and reappointing Mr. Reno Pressarisi to the Redevelopment Authority as well.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. O'Connell,
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles,
Aye.
Mrs. Volcano, you're going to
Abstain.
abstain. Mayor Pinto,
Aye.
Mr. Brown,
Aye.
Mr. Ettinger,
Aye.
and Mr. Milan.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have a resolution going to be introduced by Mrs. Volcano. Resolved that the name of all City of Easton athletic teams are to be known as the Easton Little Rovers, and the official colors of city-funded uniforms and team apparel are to be in any combination of red, white, and/or black.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? Roll call.
Dr. Ruggles,
Aye.
Mrs. Volcano,
Aye.
Mayor Pinto,
Aye.
Mr. Brown,
Aye.
Mr. Ettinger,
Aye.
Mr. Milan,
Aye.
and Mr. O'Connell.
Aye.
Now, at this time in our meeting, is the end of the meeting, we have a public comment on anything about the City of Easton, comments, questions, concerns. Again, you need 5 minutes, but you give your name and address. Come up to the podium. If there's any questions, comments, or concerns about the city. Seeing none, we'll move right into adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. O'Connell,
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles,
Aye.
Mrs. Volcano,
Do I want to say aye or nay? I guess I'll say aye.
Mayor Pinto,
Aye.
Mr. Brown,
Aye.
Mr. Ettinger,
Aye.
and Mr. Milan.
Aye.
At this time, we're going to have the swearing in of the newly elected officials. First one up is Councilman Ettinger.
Thank you. Thank you for the pleasure of being next to you, Roger. And turning me to a camera.
They're down there. Have them all ready.
Leave the note now. We're gonna move this. I gotta take all my paraphernalia here. Oh, no.
Okay, Mr. Ettinger, I realize that you have to be on Zoom. It's that
I got it.
ugly pandemic. Raise your right hand. Oh, you have it. I state your name.
I, Jim Ettinger,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
Constitution of this Commonwealth,
That I will discharge the duties
that I will discharge the duties
of the office of Easton City Council
of the office of Easton City Council
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Ettinger. At this time, I'd like to invite Magistrate, the Honorable Robert Weber, to our dais to introduce and to swear in his father-in-law.
Please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Roger Ruggles,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and obey
that I will support and obey
and defend the Constitution of the United States
and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and I will discharge the duties of my office,
and I will discharge the duties of my office
Easton City Council,
of Easton City Council
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
You are so sworn.
I'll take Sandy's.
Oh, that's not me. That's not me either.
Yeah, there's there's a place there. Did you take, the pen was there.
Oh, this mine, okay. That's,
This time I'd like to invite Mrs. Sultana up, and I'll put your name card here, your name tag, that makes it official. Your family with you, that's really nice. Come on up, kids, husband.
Hi.
Okay. Your left hand on the, and right hand on the right hand. I do solemnly swear
I solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
And I will discharge the duties
And I will discharge the duties
of the office of City Council
of the office of City Council
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Just. Mrs. Sultana, you have to sign.
Right here.
right there.
Okay. I call the reorganizational meeting of Easton City Council to order. First on the agenda, we already had an invocation, pledge of flag, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Okay, 1 second. Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Ettinger?
Here.
Mr. Milan?
Here.
Mr. O'Connell?
Here.
Dr. Ruggles?
Here.
Mrs. Sultana?
Here.
Mayor Pianto?
Here. At this time, we open up our floor to the public comment for anybody who would like to make any comments about agenda items only. At the end of the meeting, there is a time to speak about anything, but on agenda items at this time, seeing none, we'll move on to remarks of elected officials. Peter, we'll start with you.
Thank you, Mayor. So, Happy New Year to everybody. We're looking forward to a more prosperous and hopefully COVID-free 2022. I'd like to welcome Mrs. Sultana to our legislative body, and I look forward to working with her and the rest of my colleagues on council with progressing our city in the right direction. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to go at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Ruggles.
Well, welcome everybody, and thanks for my family showing up back there. I'm really looking forward to this next 4 years. It's exciting time in the city. There's a lot of development going on, and I think there are a lot of challenges ahead of us. And I'm really looking forward to trying to address some of those challenges. Increasing population, increasing needs for that population. And I think it's a very important time for us. It's a critical time for the future of the city of Easton. And so I'm really looking forward these next 4 years to work with City Council to make the city even more prosperous. So thank you all for being here, and
Thank you, Dr. Ruggles. Councilmember O'Connell.
I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. Hello to my lovely wife, Patty. I look forward to serving. Well, my term has 2 more years. I certainly look forward to that. I want to thank all the members of the administration for doing such a great job of making our city such a wonderful place to live and to come to. I do look forward to these coming years too. I think Easton is absolutely just on the way up, and it will continue to be so. Congratulations to Councilperson Sultana. I look forward to working with you for your term, and Thank you very much.
Councilman Ettinger?
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I would like to congratulate Mrs. Sultana for being elected, and my colleague Dr. Ruggles on his reelection. And it's been a pleasure serving with the rest of you. And I look forward, like Roger, to these next 4 years. I really believe that we're turning a corner and that we're going to be able to do so much more with the direction that we're going. It's an exciting time to be here. And thank everybody. Sorry I couldn't be there, but I look forward to seeing you all soon.
Thank you, Councilman Ettinger. Wish you well. Councilman Brown?
Thank you, Mayor. I too like to wish Mrs. Lieutenant to this public board, and I look forward to working with you and the rest of the council. We have a lot of work ahead of us and some hard decisions to make in the future. But I know we all are looking forward to it and rolling up our sleeves and doing what is necessary for the benefit of the city of Easton and the public at large. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. First of all, I'd like to give a gift on behalf of the city and Dr. Ruggles to Taiba and Dr. Ruggles. And Jim, I'll have yours here. And Mr. Oh, Sandy. There you are. You got one of these too. Dr. Ruggles brought him into my office. There's 3 people here. Oh, Ettinger, you.
That's 3.
Sultana.
That's 4.
Okay. I gave her that. Yeah. Okay. First of all, I'd like to welcome to our city team. We have a good team. We're like the wrestlers. We all excel in what we do, but we have to work together. We win as a team. I look forward to working with you as we continue to move the city forward. My office and my administrative team is here to assist you with any questions you may have in your transition, answer any questions. But I was also honored to swear you in this evening. And I think I'm looking forward to what you can bring to our city council. So I look forward to it. Before I move on, I have to address the city on the passing of a very engaged member of our community. Last week, our city lost a faithful volunteer and a true visionary. Dick McAteer was a good friend and a good supporter. He touched many areas of our city, from the Redevelopment Authority to the founding of GEDP to raising funds for helping us put together the East Ambassadors in 2008. He also helped raise money for many nonprofits and historic programs in downtown, like the Bachman House Tavern. He also helped me secure the original funding from Lafayette College for that Easton Ambassador program. He was a gentle man, always gracious, courteous, smart. He always had that infectious sense of humor and smile. He made a significant and positive contribution to the relationships between the city and Lafayette College, and was the first to come to me with the idea of an arts trail in Easton. As a member of the Redevelopment Authority, he was an invaluable resource in the development of the silk mills, which has without a doubt become the best adaptive reuse development in the region. Mac made a difference that will be felt by Eastonians for a long time. He made a positive difference in his life, and he was admired by many. He will be missed. Rest in peace, Dick. I wanted to say that today because many people didn't know that he passed. The family has chosen not to have any services at this time, but I think there will be something maybe in the spring. So we look forward to that, paying homage to a man who's dedicated his life as a volunteer in the city and who really did help us.
Mayor, sometimes you didn't know he was doing things.
Oh, yeah, people didn't know half the things he did. So I just wanted to get that on the record. It's me. Sorry about that. That's my daughter. She's getting 9 inches. So now at this time, we'll have an election of the vice mayor. We have any other remarks by city council?
Hey, if I could, Mayor. I'm sorry.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum in the back. Shalom. Welcome and thank you so much for being here tonight. Also, my sincere thank you to Mr. Pinto for agreeing to deliver the out of office. Please allow me to begin with a most sincere thank you from me, our district, and the city to Mrs. Volcano for years of service and dedication. President Kennedy said that politics should be a noble profession. I believe Mrs. Volcano has indeed been noble in her service to Easton, to our city. Thank you, Mrs. Volcano. I must also give my thank and love to my husband Nadeem and my family for their constant support and inspiration in the campaign that brought me here. This is my first opportunity to speak with you, the people of the city of Easton. And the resident of the city. I want to use this opportunity as a platform. And of course, I must thank you, City of Easton. You have given us a home, an opportunity, and become my extended family. I couldn't be here without your donation, your votes, your trust, your support, and your prayers. We have proven that history is not just the events of the past. It is current, it is present, and it is evolving. You elected the first woman of color, the first Muslim, the first Asian, and the first generation immigrant to the City Council of Easton. You all prove that when we are together, we make history. This makes me hopeful. I believe it should make us all hopeful. You moved past outward appearances, religious and cultural differences, and voted for a person. Whether this person had been me or not, this is historic and a point of pride for our city. Just as I have, good people of any culture or color can find a home here and be represented. In addition to this oath that I just swore in, let me also swear to this. I will represent the city of Easton, the people who live in this city. I am here for you. I will speak for you. I will speak with you. I will always stand by you and stand up for you. To my fellow council members, to our mayor, to the leaders of education, businesses, and labor in our communities, we might not always agree. Our levels of experience can bring a different points of view together. We will talk to each other. We will have conversation. We will have an actual conversation. The conversation that affects us in our day-to-day lives. The conversation about the income inequality. The conversation about the racial injustice in our community. The conversation about for better education, for affordable housing. The conversation about LGBTQ plus community rights and the rights of our elderly population. We will address and fix what is lacking, and we will build on what is working. We will work together. Please remember that I'm here. I'm one of you. I live in this city. You will always know how to reach me and speak with me. I need to hear from you. This is a two-way relationship. We will listen and we will grow and improve our community together, our city and Easton. Thank you. Thanks again. And let's get to work.
Thank you, Councilman Sultana. Very nice words. At this time, we'll move on to the agenda, the election of the vice mayor.
Mayor,
Yes.
can I nominate?
Sure.
I'd like to nominate Councilperson Ken Brown for vice mayor.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second.
I'd like to nominate Dr. Ruggles.
There's a nomination for Dr. Ruggles. I'll second that one for discussion. Are there any other nominations? Okay. We'll call a question. Madam Clerk, we'll do Councilmember Brown first, since he's, was the first nomination.
One second. Okay, a vote to approve Mr. Brown for vice mayor. Mr. Ettinger,
Aye.
Mr. Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Panto,
No.
Mrs. Sultano,
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles,
No.
Mr. O'Connell,
Aye.
Mr. Milan,
No.
Okay, so there was 4-3?
4-3.
Okay, so the motion passed. Congratulations, Councilman Brown.
Thank you, Mayor.
4-3. And at this time, I have the honor of appointing the standing committees. In talking with all the council members, other than Councilman O'Connell, I am appointing everyone to the same committee. Councilman O'Connell has agreed to take the Economic Development Committee, and I would like to appoint Mrs. Sultana as the chairman of the Planning, Codes, and Health Department, which I'm sure Mr. O'Connell will give you plenty of advice on where that's at right now. So at this time, is there anything else to come before the council other than public comment? Seeing none, public comment from anyone on anything about the city? Seeing none, I'll call for adjournment.
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. O'Connell,
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles,
Aye.
Mrs. Sultana,
Aye.
Mayor Panto,
Aye.
Mr. Brown,
Aye.
Mr. Ettinger,
Aye.
and Mr. Milan.
Aye.
There's coffee and water and cake out in the lobby.
Congratulations.
This is, yes, I'm telling you.